It's a beautiful September day. The sun is shining, and the Empire State Building is crowded with tourists. This is going to be a perfect day until disaster strikes. Have you ever wondered why airport security is super important these days? Well, that's because back in the middle and late 20th century, security existed, but, well, it wasn't very good. And you might be wondering, what happened? Well, I have three numbers for you. 911. In the early morning of September 11th, 2001, everything was normal. Businesses were opening up. Rats were having a big, huge feast on the floors of the subway, and the graffiti artists painted the alleys with extremely beautiful art. The mind of a New Yorker at 8 a.m. that day was, this is going to be a perfect day. But little does he know that disaster across the country will strike. Let's set up a little background. The tallest skyscrapers at the time were the World Trade Center, better known as the Twin Towers. 107 floors tall, and a perfect tourist destination. But the Twin Towers never had a perfect life. On February 23rd, 1993, at 12:08 p.m., a bomb went off inside the parking garage below the North Tower. But now, our story begins. You already know that people thought it was going to be a perfect day, up until it wasn't. At 8:46 a.m., a plane crashed into the North Tower. Many people were visiting the building, and those many people were stuck. Families were torn apart. People most likely were very scared. That's not an official fact, but maybe it probably was. At 9:03, another plane hit the South Tower. So let's recall. North Tower got hit with a plane first, and South Tower got hit with a plane second. But that's not everything. Flight 77 en route to Los Angeles International Airport hit the western side of the Pentagon. And there was one more. Flight 93. Flight 93 was bound to strike the White House or the Capitol, something important. Then, when the hijackers hijacked the plane, the passengers ran to the cockpit and hijacked it again. But there was no choice for them to crash. Instead of crashing into the White House or the Capitol or something else very important, they crashed into a rural field near Shanksville in western Pennsylvania at 10:10 a.m. The South Tower collapsed at 9:59 a.m., a total of 56 minutes between the crash and the collapse. The North Tower then collapsed at 10:28 a.m., a total of 1 hour and 42 minutes between the crash of the plane to the collapse of the tower. Almost 3,000 people were killed during the events of 9/11. In the words of President at the time, George W. Bush, terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. The evil mastermind behind the attacks of 9/11 was killed on May 2nd, 2011 by U.S. forces. It has been more than 20 years since the events of 9/11, and it is our job as civilians of the world to protect and not attack other people's buildings and countries.